After Vi and Caitlyn's Undercity adventures, after being attacked by Jinx, wounded and cornered within the mission, betrayed by Marcus, Caitlyn decides it's time to go home, tend to her injuries, and possibly reach out to Jace like they planned to all along. Rich events that they encountered became yet another turning point for most of the characters included. Vi realized Jinx could be too far gone, since she opened fire towards her and Caitlyn, an action aimed purely to hurt her. Caitlyn realized Marcus was lying to her, sabotaging her career. Jinx's delusions made her believe Vi chose Caitlyn over her. By the way, I strongly believe this is not a matter of choice, there's a video. These events also made it impossible for them to safely reach Jace, so instead, they picked their way towards Piltover's upper parts, towards Caitlyn's house. Which also means that Vi both literally and symbolically crossed that bridge towards the upper side, at the time leaving the Undercity behind. Upon reaching the Kiramman mansion, Caitlyn and Vi were surprised, in quite a style, by Caitlyn's mother. Cassandra Kiramman is a powerful, respectable counselor, the matriarch of Kiramman clan, a member of Piltover's ruling council, and at this point, confronted with her, Caitlyn's only hope was to approach her, make her see what is truly going on in the Undercity, make her understand both sides. Caitlyn's time that she spent with Vi made her realize that what she always suspected is in fact true. That it's not as easy as categorizing the Undercity's inhabitants as evil, substance-using criminals.
What is this place? It's where the kind of people you topsiders don't want to think about wind up.
That there's good people living there. People who lacked any support from the ruling government whatsoever. People that, neglected, forgotten, and used by crime lords like Silco, often reached out to Shimmer, a serum-like substance that can be taken by either rubbing it onto one's skin or drinking the liquid from a vial. After ingestion, the subject will get a temporary boost of superhuman strength and speed, while also gaining a temporary boost in body size. After exhausting the effects of Shimmer, however, the user will eventually grow a crippling addiction to the substance, if used improperly. They can also get permanent scarring and growths on their body after transforming, while others can grow weaker in certain circumstances after not taking the serum for a long while. Silco was actually able to control most of the Zonites to his own gain. Not everyone though. Meeting Vi, hearing about Wanda, finding out about Powder turning into Jinx, seeing where Vi have lived, and meeting Echo, among other circumstances, made Caitlyn realize what Zonites need is most of all help. And that help can only be provided systematically, by Piltover's ruling council efforts. At this point, Caitlyn mentions,
"This city needs healing, more than I ever realized. Please, let me help you."
And I believe she will be the one to pursue that. She will be the one to start the healing process, which was already strongly foreshadowed visually by Arcane writers. Caitlyn, upon her realization, becomes a moral compass of the conflict, the one who possesses a deep understanding of both sides' perspective. She becomes a connection between the upper and undercity, a messenger, one who's explaining the other point of view to Vi, Echo, Jace, her parents and others. After all, she did that multiple times already. She was explaining upper side's perspective to Vi, to Echo. She was trying to explain the Undercity's perspective to Jace, and eventually she reached out to her parents and the council itself, while remaining neutral. Now let's have a look at that scene again, the one where Vi and Caitlyn go home to Caitlyn's house. Tomasz Kiramman, Caitlyn's father, is attending to Caitlyn's leg that has been wounded with most likely little butterflies bones pieces that Jinx has created in her lair. Jinx used an actual green butterflies that fly around the Undercity, which Vi told Caitlyn about soon before the blast.
What are they? We call them firelights. Never seen so many though.
She used their mobility and constructed them in such way they went to a chosen spot and blew up, creating chaos, leaving plenty of victims behind. Little bits and pieces of those ended up stuck in Caitlyn's leg. Tobias's job was to clean these and get them out while Caitlyn was explaining to her mother the injustice of the upper and undercity division, what she saw, what she learned, what she intends to do. As Tobias is carefully removing these bits, healing Caitlyn's leg, you realize that in the near future this will be Caitlyn's job, healing the city, doing exactly what she said it needs. Cleaning it out of what's left after Silco's demise, after what Sevika's intending to do. Cleaning it of Shimmer influence, of unfair social politics, injustice, and finally, possibly, maybe, of Jinx. That scene metaphorically represents exactly that.
You know what else reflects on the council? It's citizens living on the streets, being poisoned, having to choose between a kingpin who wants to exploit them and a government that doesn't give a shit. Caitlyn.
Visually, so much attention was given to the Kiramman clan symbol carved on the tools Tobias was using while attending to the leg. While Caitlyn was not only screaming of pain, but also of anger caused by inequity and oppression she encountered. Frustration that her mother, Cassandra Kiramman, does not understand. According to the League of Legends lore, Caitlyn Kiramman will become the Sheriff of Piltover. And that is most probably where the show is heading, with Marcus gone and Caitlyn's suspicions about Silco and Jinx proven to have been correct. That means she will have to deal with the remaining crime lords, with Sevika, with Jinx, with the corruption, while trying to find an understanding between both sides, trying to heal it. We can even see the uniform she will soon wear in the corner of her room. And without a doubt, being the moral compass of the show, but not without struggles, she will eventually succeed, having by her side the very best of both the upper and undercity, Jace and Vi. There's a long road ahead, but unquestionably Caitlyn will make it one of righteousness and virtue. Caitlyn only reaches to violence when she absolutely has to, and even then without any intentions of actually harming another person. Her main goal is making people see that causing chaos, creating conflicts, only leads to pain, and that walking in someone else's shoes, if only for a brief second, can give you a unique perspective into another person's perspective. That is exactly what she has been doing so far, and I believe that she will continue doing that in Season 2. She will pursue that path of righteousness. Caitlyn Kiramman is a counterbalance serving to neutralize any aggression that might motivate some of the characters. She tones down Echo. She constantly influences Vi, going as far as making her change her mind about the opposite or even the enforcers. She makes her mother understand the seriousness of the problem enough to let her speak to the council, and finally, she confronts both the council and Jace. She speaks up about not reaching out to violence as a response to Silco's endeavors.
Councillors, this is Vi. She was born in the Undercity. Even though we failed her in countless ways, she risked everything to show me what life is really like down there. People are starving, sick, ravaged by Shimmer. They live in constant fear of the coordinated efforts of violent crime lords.
Even the way she talks is calm and mindful. The way she phrases her word is careful and not provocative. In other words, Caitlyn has the ability to judge what is right and what is wrong, and act accordingly. She has a set of values that guides her decision-making process, that affects her actions and defines her as a person. She has something within her that tells her which direction she should go when faced with obstacles. Now I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you also see Caitlyn Kiramman as the moral compass, the moral anchor of the show for all the characters. I strongly believe that she's a connector between the upper and the lower parts of the city, and that eventually she will be the only one who can actually lead to actual change, to proper changes. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my other Arcane video essays. Stay safe, this was Aura from Stop Me O channel.